Coming up in this video, I'm going to be showing you the PvE meta for pulse rifles. The best pulse rifles from GMs all the way down to base content. Pulse rifles that are going to put out tons of damage and pulse rifles that are just a good time to use. Before we jump into the weapons, I'm going to talk about the masterwork really quickly just so I don't have to address it in every single god roll. We have 4 options: stability, range, handling, and reload speed. They're all absolutely fantastic, but if I'm going to go for one, it'll probably be range, just so that with GMs I can be back a little bit further and still be hitting super hard. First up, we have the Smite of Moraine. This comes from the King's Fall raid, and it is an absolutely fantastic weapon. It's an adaptive frame, so it's the best of all worlds, of all frames, and it's got some absolutely spicy perks. On top of that, it's also craftable, so we can get enhanced perks too. As far as the perks, we're going for Demolitionist and One for All. With Demolitionist, when you get a kill, you're generating grenade energy, and when you throw your grenade, you're going to reload this weapon. And with One for All, when you hit 3 separate targets, you're getting a 35% damage increase for 10 seconds. Demolitionist and One for All paired together is insanely good because you hardly ever have to reload the traditional way. You can always just throw your grenade, and you're going to be tearing through targets extremely fast because of this 35% damage increase. When it comes to the barrel, I'm going for Arrowhead Break because we can get that perfect recoil direction and some increased handling. And then the magazine, I'm going for Tactical Mag because we get some increased reload, we add 3 bullets to our magazine, and we're getting some extra stability, and those are all fantastic buffs to this weapon. Moving on from Kinetic, we're going to jump right into Solar, and we have arguably one of the best pulse rifles in the entire game right now, the BXR 55 Battler. And the reason why this gun is so amazing is because it's very easy to get, it has outstanding perks, and this weapon has a unique frame that only this gun can get, and it's called the Legacy PR55 frame, and it allows you to get increased accuracy and stability when firing from the hip, so in theory you never need to aim this weapon. The reason why it has this frame is because it came from the 30th anniversary update a few months ago, and it's modeled after the battle rifle from Halo. Halo used to be one of Bungie's old franchises, so they wanted to do a nod to that, and they did an absolutely fantastic job with it, and it brings back so much nostalgia. Now, as far as the god roll goes, we're jumping in with Arrowhead Break, just like the last weapon, but we don't have Tactical Mag this time, so Alloy Magazine is absolutely fantastic, and so are Ricochet rounds. Now, jumping into the perks, we want Demolitionist and Incandescent. This gun works so well with a Solar subclass, and even if you don't have a Solar subclass, this gun is absolutely fantastic. Demolitionist allows us to reload and get grenade energy super fast, and then Incandescent allows us to spread Scorch to every target that we hit, and it just makes this thing an explosion machine. Now, because the Battler is so focused towards a Solar subclass with Incandescent, we also have the Ogma PR6, and the god roll for this would be Arrowhead Break, Tactical Magazine, Demolitionist, so that we can get grenade energy on kills and we can reload when we throw a grenade, and then One for All because we get that increased damage from hitting 3 separate targets. It's absolutely fantastic, and I would highly recommend getting this weapon. This is a world drop weapon, so it's kind of a pain to get the god roll, but it'll happen eventually. Be sure to check out Banshee's inventory every single week because he loves to sell this weapon, and he has sold this god roll in the past, so go check your vaults, you probably have one. Moving on from Solar, we're going to jump into Arc, and we have 2 options here, and the first up is Insidious, and it's absolutely fantastic. It's an aggressive burst, so it's going to be hitting really hard, and it's going to be doing lots of damage with those 4 bullets in each burst. As far as the first 2 columns go, we're looking for Arrowhead Break and Tactical Magazine again, and as far as the perks go, we're also going for Demolitionist and One for All. An amazing part about this weapon is it's craftable, so we can get enhanced versions of Demolitionist and enhanced versions of One for All. Enhanced Demolitionist gives us 1% more grenade energy on every single kill, and enhanced One for All increases the duration of the buff from 10 seconds to 11 seconds, so it's not that big of a deal, but it adds a little bit to it, and it just makes it that much better. Another benefit to this weapon is we have an origin trait called Soul Drinker, and you gain health based on the number of hits before reloading. So every time you reload, if you damage something before, you're going to be getting some health back, which is absolutely fantastic. And if you want to get this weapon, it comes from the Vow of the Disciple raid. Now, I know not everybody bought Witch Queen, so for my free-to-play players, I also have an absolutely fantastic option, and that is the Third Axiom. This weapon is basically a copy and paste of a weapon that came out all the way back in Season of the Undying called the Adhortative, and it had some fantastic perks, and it absolutely slayed in that season, and that is why this weapon is going to be so freaking good. As far as the god roll goes, I'm going for Arrowhead Break, Alloy Magazine, Feeding Frenzy, and Multi-Kill Clip. Now, the reason why this weapon is absolutely fantastic is because of Feeding Frenzy and Multi-Kill Clip. With Feeding Frenzy, each rapid kill is going to decrease the amount of time it takes to reload, and then every time you get a kill and you reload, you're going to be getting a damage buff with Multi-Kill Clip. If you get 3 rapid kills with this weapon and then reload, you're going to be getting a 50% damage buff for a short time. So this perk combo is truly amazing because on rapid kills, you're getting increased reload speed and a 50% damage increase. If you want to pick up this weapon, it comes from the Vanguard playlist, so just go play some Vanguard ops and you will get this weapon in no time. Moving on from Arc, we're going to jump into Void, and we have the Yesteryear. It's our only option for this slot, but there are so many different kinds of rolls you can get on this weapon, it almost acts as like 5 or 6 different weapons. We're going to focus primarily on the second column of perks here because we have lots of options. The first one I'm going to go for is Repulsor Brace, and anytime you defeat a target with a Void debuff, you're getting an Overshield. So this is super good for GMs because it's going to keep you alive. We also have Golden Tricorn, where anytime you get a kill with this weapon, you're increasing the damage by 15%, or if you're getting a kill with a melee or a grenade, you're increasing the damage of this weapon by 50%, which is super good. We also have Desperado, where getting a precision kill is going to make your rate of fire ridiculously fast for 6 seconds. Then we have Rampage, where you can increase the damage up to 33% if you kill 3 targets rapidly. We also have Multi-Kill Clip, where if you get multiple kills and then reload, you're getting up to a 50% damage increase. And then finally we have Dragonfly. So there's so many options on here. There's so many really good rolls. For me personally, I'm going for Repulsor Brace, and then for the times when I'm not using a Void subclass or my teammates aren't using one, I'm going for Golden Tricorn for that ridiculously good damage buff on a grenade or a melee kill. As far as the first perk column goes, I'm really only going after Subsistence because I just want to get some ammo back after every kill that I get. And then with the barrel, I'm going to go for Arrowhead Break, and with the magazine, I'm either going to go for Ricochet Rounds or Alloy Magazine. If you want to pick up this weapon for yourself, it comes from Gambit, so just go jump into Gambit and you'll have it in no time. Moving on from Void, we're going to jump into our last damage type, and that is Stasis, and we started off with the New Purpose Pulse Rifle. This is a high impact frame, so it's going to be slow firing, but it's going to put out a lot of damage. As far as the God roll goes, I'm going for Arrowhead Break, Alloy Magazine, or Ricochet Rounds. They're all fantastic. As far as the perks go, I'm going for Feeding Frenzy and Desperado because I want to be throwing out bullets as fast as I possibly can because this is such a hard-hitting pulse rifle. Feeding Frenzy is going to give me a shorter reload speed on rapid kills. As long as one of those kills is a precision final blow, when I reload, I'm going to be getting an increase to my rate of fire. So this thing is going to be shooting super fast, and it's going to be hitting like a truck. Now, if you're going to put this in a stasis build, I highly recommend switching out Desperado for headstones so you can create stasis crystals on precision final blows. Now, because this comes from the Duality Dungeon and that is paid content, I've also got one other weapon for you, and this is for my free-to-play players, and this is the Syncopation 53. And this is a pretty dang decent weapon for PvE. It's craftable, so you can get those enhanced perks, which is absolutely great. As far as the perks go, we have Headstone, which is absolutely fantastic. We also have Frenzy, where if you're in combat for a short amount of time, you're going to be getting a 15% damage increase, and you would be surprised at how often this perk is actually procced. Being that you're running this in PvE, it should be procced 99% of the time, so that's just a constant 15% damage increase if you're not looking for Headstone. As far as the first perk column goes, there's a lot of options, but none of them are overly fantastic. For me, I'm going to be going for Zen Moment. This perk allows me to reduce the recoil of this weapon as I cause damage, so I can turn this weapon into a laser. As far as the barrel and the magazine goes, I'm going to go for Arrowhead Break and Alloy Magazine, maybe some Ricochet Rounds. I'm not too picky. I probably won't use this weapon over the New Purpose, but it is still a pretty dang good weapon. If you'd like to get this weapon for yourself, it's a world drop, so you'll get it just by playing the game. You probably already have some in your vault, or you have the crafting frame already unlocked. Well, those are the best PvE pulse rifles in the game. Let me know what you think of this list. Let me know if you have a better god roll, or if you have a weapon that you think is just better than all these. I want to know. Put it down in the comments. Thank you so much for watching, Guardians. And remember, if you found this video entertaining or useful, hit that subscribe button, leave a like down below, share this video with a friend, and have a wonderful day.